Hello, my name is Penny Willette, and I'm here today to show you how to review and close out an ICAR that someone else has responded to that you issued. You'll receive an email like this telling you that the ICAR you issued has been completed and is ready for your review. You'll need to look at the root cause, the correction and the corrective actions, and if you can, close the ICAR, and if not, you'll have to note the reason why on the form. So let's begin by clicking on the link, which will take us to the QIT software logon. Your username is your first name, first initial of your first name, followed by your last name. Your password will be your Orion email address, unless you've changed it. And then the validation code will be the letters and numbers in the box below. Once you're inside the software, you can go to your to-do list and you'll see the corrective actions that are ready for your review. As you remember from the number in the email, we're looking at ICAR 151. We click on the blue 151 link, which brings us to the ICAR report. The first section, from basic ICAR information down to forming a team, is all the information you filled out when you wrote the ICAR yourself. Below that will be the respondents' information, the people who completed the cause and the actions, and also the people who completed the action items. Let's start by looking at the correction containment action. For our NCR of the vehicle not working, their correction is to tow away the old vehicle. It was due to be done on September 23rd. It was completed on that date, and we have evidence attached, which would be the receipt. So we can go ahead and look at that below. Now I'm going to type in here, not accepted, because it doesn't apply to all offices. I just want you to get a look at what you need to do if it isn't working. So we'll go ahead and put that decision took place on today. We did not accept it on this date. We'll go down, we'll look at the rest of the information, and then take a look at their 5Y cause analysis and their corrective actions. So the vehicle didn't work. Here's the 5Y explaining why that was. And here is a corresponding corrective action. They've attained an alternate vehicle. And it says they've attached the title, so we can see the evidence that it was actually completed on October 1st, 2013. So we can close that down using this little X here. So now we have to decide if we're going to accept it or reject it. And again, you can do this part by part. So we've already rejected the correction. Let's say that we're going to accept the root cause analysis and the corrective action. But if one or the other was not acceptable, you would type that in here. And you would put in today's date. The preventive action section is used just for using preventive actions, so you don't fill out this part when you're responding to a corrective action, as in this case. Now you might fill out lesson learned if there's something that you want to have in our files so we remember it in the future that we can take a look at periodically. I've typed in here, you cannot close yet due to the unfinished corrections. And then I'm not going to put anything in this action close date because the ICAR cannot be closed yet. If you want to add a watch reason, something to come back and look at again later, you can certainly do that. Let's submit this. You see the box that comes up and says some of the ICARs are still open. Please review all the action items before you close this ICAR. So we knew we hadn't closed them all out because one of them we didn't accept. So we click on that box OK, then you have to scroll up to the top, like all the other screens, and let's click on Notify ICAR Owner. As you can see, it's going back to the person you assigned it to originally, copying yourself, and it says it could not yet be closed. Please review the feedback on the form and take appropriate actions. So you send this off, and that way the person knows that you were not able to close it, they need to take more action, and then let you know. For the purpose of this training, let's assume they've already done that. So we'll go back into ICARs. We want to do review and verification of the ICAR. It was number 151. Yes, 151. So this time, let's say that they put in new evidence. Okay, we like this evidence now. They've done this for all locations, say. So we can say accepted. change the date to today's date, or if it was on the same date, you would leave it alone. These have already been accepted. So now we can go down here and close out the entire ICAR. Once the correction, the root cause, and the corrective action have been accepted, then we can close the entire action. Remove this note, or you could leave in the note and put today's date, and then put a new note today if you want to save it as history. And then our actual close date is today, and you need to hit, well, before we do that, let me show you something. As you may remember from other trainings, you only have 30 minutes in order to keep this open without changing the screen. Here's your timer, so always make sure you finish what you need to do before this counts out to 0. Otherwise, it's possible for you to lose your work. So we've got everything we wanted, we've closed it, we hit submit. You get a box saying it's closed. As always, when you come to a pure white screen, please move your cursor off to the far right, scroll back up, and of course we want to notify the ICAR owner. So it will automatically send the owner an email saying it's now closed. If you want to add some additional notes, you certainly can type in here if you like. Otherwise, you just need to hit send. And there you go. That is how you review and accept or reject an ICAR once it's been answered. Thank you much for your time, and if you have any questions, you can contact Penny Willett at the Orion Arvada office. Thank you. Goodbye.